Hi YouTube. Today we're going to learn how to download and install the TurboLister software. To begin with, you want to make sure that you're going to an actual eBay website. You don't want to do a Google search for this software. And the reason behind that is that when you do a Google search for the software, a lot of times you're going to end up with outdated programming, and that's just going to lead to a whole lot of problems. So from eBay, you want to click Help and Contact at the top of the page. Next, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. You're going to click on Sitemap. Now when you get to Sitemap, in the middle column, third section down under Selling Tools, you'll see TurboLister. Go ahead and click there. And then you have the blue Download Now. Now I'm using Internet Explorer, so I have the option to run or save. If you are using Firefox or Google Chrome, you can only save it to your computer. I like IE just because I want to run it. I don't want to save the installation file. So usually it goes pretty quick when it comes to downloading the software. Of course, your mileage may vary depending on how fast your system is and what your connection speed's like. Okay, so you're going to run into this with TurboLister. You need to let it know that you want to allow it to make changes, to your system. It's going to install with the Install Shield wizard. Basically, just like any other software, you're going to want to follow the prompts. You have to accept the terms and conditions. You can read through them if you want to, but basically I know that I want to use the software, so I don't really care what's in the terms of agreement. So I'm going to click Next. Here is where your username goes. This is just licensing the software. You can basically put whatever you want in here. You don't even have to have an organization or anything like that. I'm going to click Next. I always recommend to install to the default location. You don't really want to change this to a different drive or have it on an external or anything like that. You want to just leave it to the default C drive. And then you install. As it says, it can take several minutes, but usually it's not too long. So at this stage, if you're pressed for time and you don't want to go through this yet, that's fine. You can just click Finish, and the icon will be on your desktop by now. At least it should be. Let's check it out. Yep, this is the icon. So you can always come back to it later and do the first time setup process later. We have the time right now though, so I'm going to go ahead and click to launch the program before I select Finish. Now the setting up TurboLister for first time use, I have seen it where it goes up to 15 minutes to load time. These first 3 bars load pretty quickly, but it can take a good portion of time before it actually starts moving again. A lot of people will wait maybe 3 or 4 minutes and think something's wrong with the setup, think something's wrong with their computer, and then they'll stop it. They'll go to their task manager and stop the process and try to install it again. And that is just going to corrupt it before it even begins. So basically what you want to do when you get to this stage, just kind of set it and forget it. Go get yourself a cup of coffee. Just kind of sit tight until the bars start moving again. Once they start moving again, it goes a bit faster, but you're going to be sitting here for probably a good 5 minutes at least while this is going. Of course, I'll speed up the process after this video is done, so you guys don't have to sit through that with me. But just know that if it's taking a long time, that's completely normal. Don't freak out. Just sit there and let it do its thing. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes and it's starting to pick back up again. Perfect. So once that step's done, you're going to give it a moment and then your program will launch automatically. And that's how you download and install the TurboLister program.